I am here, but I can't hear you. There you go.
Last time I saw her, she was even Saturday. Comes on brown eyed killers and said they turned around.
Right, let's see if this actually works now.
Down that hole.
Oh, please tell me someone proper this time. Oh, hi, Julie, is this from my epilepsy kit?
No, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yay. Yep.
Yeah, some more people I'm just going to get rid of because I'm sick of them.
Amen.
So, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good to hear. As you've been staying safe? Yeah, I can hear music as well.
Just trying to feed my.
Have you got video or is it just audio?
To
Is
hear
it,
everybody, it's you have to run everything over. Like,
unfortunately, I've got two monitors, so I've just got one thing set up here. Is that profile picture you?
Yep,
That's
me yesterday.
Yeah, you really suit your glasses. You really suit your glasses. You look cool.
Yep, those are my glasses.
And then you look at me, and I mean, just look at me. When I posted that picture of my face when I fractured on my cheekbone, that's probably the best I've ever looked.
So you have epilepsy?
Yeah, that's what I've set this Zoom up for. It's just because I don't go out much anyway. It's more to get people's experiencing on how other people cope. Because I know you're not really supposed to ask a lady, but how old are you?
Wow. There's another person on. It's Allison.
Alison, at the moment, I don't actually see anything.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm all right. You?
I'm good. Living and breathing.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm honestly, I'm so sick of this damn
COVID-19.
Doom.
because obviously since I fractured my cheekbone and stuff, obviously epileptic seizure and all that. After I did that, the restaurant where I work at, it's only about 10 minutes up the walk up the road, and honestly, I've walked past it a few times because when I go, I always walk to the shop because obviously I don't drive. And the times that I've literally just walked past and gone, I miss working there. It is unreal. And
Where are you from?
I'm from UK, so nothing special.
Allison, where are you from?
I'm from Vermont.
This,
Oh,
this just kind of proves how thick I am. Where is that?
yep. I'm from Minnesota.
So why are people always from cool places, and then there's me who's just from the crappy UK? It's nothing to be proud of.
And I love the cold.
Sure.
Has anyone
Well,
else, has anyone else got video?
5 or 6 years now.
Nice. What time is it over there?
Where?
Where you are?
Oh, it is 2:30 or so.
Bloody hell! It's quarter to 9 at night here.
3:40 here.
I'd rather be living in a different country than over here, because I mean, everyone here is just, well, British. The thing is though, with Britain, it's 25-degree heat out here, which, trust me, for us is quite hot.
Wow.
And the thing is though, the British are always the same. We always complain. It's never hot. As soon as it's hot, we all complain. Oh, it's too hot. Just can't win. It's alright. I'm like a vampire. I stay indoors. Alright.
Oh my gosh.
No, I do go out a lot. This is just where the light is from the screen. I'm not naturally this pasty, so it's alright.
Wow.
Fortunately, because as soon as not that pasty anymore.
Well, it is very lonely sometimes, but you always got to think positive.
If you don't mind me asking, because more because the reason I set this up, do you suffer with epilepsy as well?
Yes, I do, but I haven't had any seizures for 5 or 6 years.
Have you ever had? You probably have the absences.
Yes.
Well, I had 6 yesterday,
Oh, wow.
and I haven't taken I think the last fall that I had was probably about 3 months ago, and I bruised. Let me just close this because it's really starting to annoy me now. All there and here, literally fell off my bed, and the desk that I'm sat at now, I hit my head on the corner of it and just scuffed all my face.
Do you live with anybody?
I've lived with my mum and my dad and my little sister, but
Oh, wow.
it was like they said it was like it was a panic attack seizure, which, oh, we've got another person. But the thing is though, the way I look at it is you have to stay positive with everything. It's I have one, and I think to myself, yeah, got to crack on, ain't you? You just have to get on with it. You can't just sit and feel sorry for yourself.
Yep. You can't dwell on the seizure.
I don't know how.
Hello?
I don't know how far you are away from it, but it honestly sounds like you're about 25 feet away from the camera's really, really quiet when you talk.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just saying. It's just because I've not got my headphones. They're not coming through the headphones. They're coming through my PC. So just saying.
Oh, wow.
But it's
What about Allison? Where's she at?
uh, she's left.
Oh,
Literally just you and me. Which
wonder why she left.
yeah, it shows participants. It's just Jolie and then Mr. Merry Christmas, which is me.
Well, I like I said, been seizure free and a license, and basically I moved on. I haven't let the seizures control me.
Positive way
You
to
always got
look
to
at
think
it.
about those things, you know. It happens
Yes.
for a reason.
Do you know what caused yours?
Stress.
I've noticed I've noticed that a lot with mine. I kind of I think I had I don't know in America, I don't know how it works, but say we have primary school, you have your SATs tests and all that before you go I don't know how the order is, but say secondary school for us, which would be high school. I had
Mm-hmm.
my very first one when I was 10, and on the
Oh, wow.
on the 9th of August I turned 24, and they still don't actually know what causes mine yet. They haven't said, oh, it's this. They don't actually know.
Oh.
Because they
Do you
did.
have it on your brain?
Yeah, they've on the, what date are we on today? We are on the 14th here. On the 22nd, I got a MRI and EEG. No, ECG, sorry.
EEG.
Yeah, got those on then, and then within the next 12 weeks, I've got, do you know the vagus nerve, like the
At
magnet?
the VSN?
Yeah, they're in the next 12 weeks. I'm having that operation done.
Oh. Well, I hope it goes very well. They wanted me to get that, but I told them no. They wanted my daughter to get it too, but I told them no. I mean,
Yeah,
she's doing pretty fine. She's had 2 brain surgeries. I
yeah,
only
I'm
had
sorry to
one.
hear that. I think I've kind of, as I know they say with epilepsy, kind of the stress and stuff, but honestly, I I'd probably say that through everything, I think I walked through hell. Don't know if you know. You probably do, but your mic's on mute. You probably know, but yeah, I've literally
Um,
just go your back. I've literally lost in 2010. I lost my little sister when she was 11.
oh no.
2015, my mum, aged 41, she had 2 severe strokes. So it's like, but I kind of look at things and I think, no matter what you go through, no matter what bumps are in the road, it takes a strong person to get past those bumps. But
But
you
did you see the post that I posted on the epilepsy site?
uh, just open it back
I
up.
don't know if you're part of my team or not, but the posted that I post, It's how to relieve stress and how to deal with depression.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to test something. I'm just going to try putting my headphones back on. So I've got a splitter. I'm just going to try putting in. So if the audio goes off, I'll just message if it does go off.
Okay.
I can headphones next. Right, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's a positive. But the way I've never been a religious person, and probably never will be. But the way I look at things are stuff's happened for a reason,
Yeah.
and I I think that no matter what path I've been thrown ahead, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, I know she's there watching. I know my little sister's watching over me, but I think with everything, it's kind of like epilepsy to me. People say it's a disability. I call it an inability because you're unable to do certain things, but
Hmm.
does not mean it's going to stop you. Because like I got bullied for God knows how many years of people putting on an iPhone, the putting camera flickering really quick, going, "Oh, are you just going to spaz out on the floor?" And
Well, that's to make you have a seizure. Yeah.
but
That
what?
light flickers in your eyes.
Yeah, fortunately, because mine aren't affected by it, I am honestly, I just take the mick out of myself. So if someone goes, "Oh, if you went to a nightclub, will you just start spazzing out on the floor?" And I just joke, I just go, "Well, look on the bright side, I'd be the best dancer there." It's
When
kind of
I was younger, I couldn't go to a skating rink because I'd like to skate and stuff, and they had strobe lights, and I couldn't go to the skating rink because of the strobe lights.
yeah. I kind of because they don't know what triggers mine, they just presume because a lot of my big ones have been with stress. I kind
Hmm.
of I'm kind of putting a circle on that of I think that's why. But obviously I ain't a doctor, I'm a chef.
Wow.
So I think that's probably one of the main problems I have with when people go, "What do you do as a career?" Or was a chef. And then you kind of look out of everything you decide to choose as a career, the chef is the job that you go for.
Well, yeah, you can be a chef and have epilepsy.
That's kind of like because I've always loved cooking, and I think it's a good skill to have. But as I'm sure you'll agree, doesn't matter how old you are or what qualifications, what piece of paper you've got.
Right.
Nobody can beat your mum at cooking. Simple as that.
Right. On top of that, you probably just have someone there to watch you cook or help you so that you don't stare at the flames or something and then you'll go into a seizure.
Yeah. Fortunately, I've never had any kind of form of even absence in a kitchen. Fortunately, but I think the seizure that got me was probably about I think it was 3 or 4 days ago. I hadn't had one. I hadn't had an absence for about 2 weeks, and then the next minute, my girlfriend at the time, she's not anymore, saying we've been together for 4 years, but honestly, it scared the hell out of me because she all of a sudden next minute just, "Oh yeah," and decided telling me she wants to get engaged, and I think honestly that scared the hell out of me. I think that's what caused it because she's literally just thrown a curveball at me. I'm like, oh God, no. It scared the living daylights out of me.
Well, that's what happens when you.
That's the thing though, because she's invited me out for a drink a couple of times, and I'm like, I've been told by one doctor saying, oh no, you can't drink, which to be honest, I don't honestly care.
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink with your medicine.
Yeah, so in all honesty, as it's a very cliche thing to say, but you don't need alcohol to have a good time. And honestly, I could not care less about drinking.
Hmm.
Not something I'm interested in. I've cooked with alcohol, but I've never drank it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can be happy on doing other things instead of like drinking or something, like you said. You can like go for walks or something. I mean, I go for walks with my dog.
I that's actually pretty much what I do. It's like if I'm ever feeling stressed or anything, I think what I do is I'll go for a walk. I don't have a dog anymore, unfortunately, but
Oh no.
I would literally just go. I did it today. Kind of feeling a little bit on the low sort of side. Just kind of like, oh, I can't be bothered. Went for a walk, bit of fresh air, come back, and you're like, why were you feeling so negative? But I've noticed, and I don't know if you're the same when you've had absence ones, of I noticed that, you know how, say you've had one, you feel really sleepy after it.
Right, right.
I noticed, and it was kind of, it worked out for me, but I don't know if it's the same for you, I'm not 100% sure. But by staying active
Mm-hmm.
and actually keep moving, keeps your brain occupied, and that's what doesn't tire you out, because your brain's trying to argue with you to go to sleep, because it just knocks the living daylights out of you. You keep moving after it, and I noticed that I never feel tired.
Mm.
It's,
Well, that's a good thing if you've never felt tired after going for a walk and stuff.
yeah, it's kind of like where near where me there's a main road and then another main road and then kind of where they come out there's another one to walk to the shop. I think happened about 2 weeks ago. I had three. I was just walking on my own and someone noticed me and I managed to walk across three main roads, go to the shop, and honestly you can laugh at this because I still find it quite amusing. I actually walked to the shop, bought me stuff, and actually walked halfway home. And the person said, who was in the shop, who's a good friend of mine, I actually
Hmm.
walked back into the shop, put the food back in the freezer, and then walked home.
And you already bought the stuff.
Yeah, and I actually walked home, and my dad's like, "Where's your shopping?" And I'm like, went in my pocket, receipts there. I'm like, "What the hell?" And then she walked back, and I actually had someone, my friend, and she went, "Oh, we've got something to show you," because the people know that I've got epilepsy, because everybody knows in the village where I live, everyone knows me. And
Well, sometimes, yeah, sometimes when you like do something really fast or your mind's like set on something, you will forget about what you're doing because you're doing it so fast. And then when you get home, when you didn't have the groceries, you were like, you know, oh, what happened? What did I do?
yeah, when you're kind of on overload,
Right.
that's kind of like when I've noticed with me, if I get really fired up about something in a good way, excited about something, my dad's always said to me, he went, that's when he's noticed that I've had them. He said,
Hmm.
because you get, he said to me, he said, you get really excited. He said, and then I've ended up having one, having just had a little absence. But he says he's noticed that when I've all of a sudden get excited, kind of like with my website and stuff, I spend hours and hours on it, and you will not believe how much I was looking forward to doing this tonight. So I was like, it gives me a chance to speak to new people, because I don't actually have any friends who have epilepsy or know anyone apart from obviously me, and I
Same here.
and I don't actually have any friends. So kind of my laptop's the main thing that I use. That's why I post so many things on my Twitter because I'm always at it.
See, is yeah, I totally understand. But with epilepsy, there's like a lot of complications, and people get scared, and sometimes you just get used. You're very vulnerable.
Yeah, I still think probably someone of my little sister's age. She's 14, and honestly, I can't even put into words how brave she is. Because when I had one, my dad was at work, and I'm 6'5", and
Mm-hmm.
she's 5'5", and I fell, hit just there, give myself a black eye, and how
Mm-hmm.
she managed to stay calm, rolled me on my side, called my dad, he came home, and I think for a 14-year-old to stay calm, not panic, roll me onto my side, you think she's honestly a little diamond.
Yeah, she was probably told what to do when you have one.
I think because she's seen me have that many, I think it's
Yeah,
kind of it's an instinct.
right.
Because I I think that for someone of her age, you would have thought a drop one where you're falling over and stuff, that would scare a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said to her, because she was like, "Oh, how would you cope with it?" And I said, honestly, I said, "I'd be terrified." I said, "No,
Right.
but the thing that sickens me, and I'll be honest, it really upsets me, is the fact of she has to witness it. It really
Right.
upsets me that she has to see it.
Yeah, I
But
can totally understand that.
because I noticed that that's kind of, it doesn't help because obviously nobody wants either a younger sister, younger brother. They don't want them to witness that because it could scare her, and it actually really frustrates me because I'm like, she's she's never, after losing her big sister,
Mm-hmm.
and you think she's been through that. She's seen me have these. She's seen her mum have two major strokes. It's like, where's her childhood gone?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, this bloody lockdown. She's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's frustrating for her, but she puts on a brave face, and honestly, she's how on earth she stays as strong as she is through what she's been through. Because
Right.
I'm sure you'll agree, if either you or I went through that, we'd probably just have a complete meltdown.
Oh, wow.
She's she's somewhat special, I can tell you that.
Yeah, she sounds really special. What do you have on your walls?
Oh, three Assassin's Creed posters, and then
Oh, cool.
and then the one just here is a bloody hell, it's been on my wall for 5 years. I don't even know.
Vampires.
Yeah, Vampire Diaries, and then
Oh, cool.
and then on this wall there's two full-size ones of Harley Quinn, and that side there's two The Last of Us PS4 posters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's two Black Veil Brides ones on the other wall, but kind of my mum gets annoyed at me with the music that I listen to. Put it that way.
Yeah,
What sort of music do you listen to?
all different kinds except for heavy metal.
Yeah, now you put a downer on it. I kind of I I'm more of a heavy metal sort of fan, person who goes out in black ripped jeans and a band t-shirt. That's kind of me.
Mhm. How old are you?
I just turned 24.
You're pretty young.
How old are you?
39.
Honestly, on your how recent was that profile picture?
Just yesterday. I don't look my age.
No, you look a hell of a lot younger than that.
Yeah.
It's but someone thought that they said to me, "How old are you?" I was like, "We'll take a guess," and someone went 28. I'm thinking, "How old do I look?" But
Well, I'm glad that you live with your parents and stuff. Um, but yeah, if you need anybody to talk to or whatever, you can if you have a Facebook Messenger or something, I can help you through your depression with epilepsy.
yeah, it's kind of the we've got someone. Should I invite them? Sod it. Let's see what they have to say. Hello? Is anybody there? And the crowd goes silent.
It is connecting to the audio.
Do you ever watch any sports or anything?
Not really.
See, I've kind of got into it recently. I quite like the American football, or you describe as football.
Wow.
And I've got into it quite a lot. And obviously, I'm kind of more as you would describe, as Americans would describe as soccer. I'm still what we would call football. Oh, hello, doggy. Has anybody Clay? Yeah, I don't actually know what that says. Is
I think this person's name is Cleo.
yeah, that's what I'm slightly. Is anybody there? Oh, we might have someone.
I don't think they know how to. Yeah, their mic's off.
Yeah. Do you have a webcam?
Yes, I do.
I just wondered if you were going to use it.
No, I don't like to.
I mean, come on, you have to look at my face. I have a face of a gorilla's ass. It kind of. You're pretty. What's wrong with that? Oh, what's wrong with what's wrong with that? You
The
do. See,
person jumped off. The person jumped off.
right before I posted a link on this epilepsy site saying "come join," I had I had somebody. I blocked them and kind of reported it. They went, "Oh yeah, can we go on that screen share on the bottom?" And just started posting certain videos that I'm not going to repeat, and then just
That's
shouting,
good.
yeah, just shouting and swearing on it. And I'm like, I'm trying to do this for a proper reason because I want to get into motivational speaking while I can't be a chef, and I'm like, why try and mess it up for someone?
Right.
What do you do as a job?
So if you have a pen,
And that is another. Uh, give me time. Surprisingly, I actually do.
you can look me up on the messenger.
Okay. Um, so
It's
my
Julie MC.
Julie and see. Yep.
Yep. And that is the how you can get me on the Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, it's the same as the my epilepsy team one, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, you normally see me. I like some of the messages that some of the quotes that I put up on there are mostly what I've come up with myself, and I like the comments from people saying, "Oh, that I inspire them." Honestly, that's such a good feeling
Yeah.
because it's like my Twitter. I set it up, and I had Epilepsy Action.
Mhm.
I had them email me today, and they said, "Oh, we've read your website, and we've read some of the stuff, and we'd really like to upload my stuff onto their website." And honestly, I literally just went straight to my dad, told him, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And
It's positive.
it's kind of that's my I said my main goal now is to do this, and I'm really enjoying talking to you. My goal would be to be stood in front of people making a difference, because
Mhm.
there there are people with a voice who are unheard,
Mhm.
because as someone who I went to college with, and she had her first big seizure, and all her black eye was actually all bloodshot, and she fell down the stairs and hit her face into a radiator, and it was her first big one ever, and the only person
Wow.
she told was me that
Mhm.
she had epilepsy, because she was afraid that people were gonna treat her different. And I tell everybody, because I wear it like a badge of honor,
Right.
because it's something to be proud of. You don't want to, because I look at it as I look at epilepsy as my superpower, because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
But it's kind of like how I describe scars, whether either they're real or metaphor.
Mhm.
I class that as telling a story, because every second we go through life,
Mhm.
you've got a story to tell. Me, I had 6 absences yesterday. Right, I can tell you what happened before. I can tell you how I felt after. That's every day is a blank book. That's the way I look at life. I never pre-think anything. It's just go with the flow.
Right.
Obviously, if you have day-to-day tasks and chores and stuff, then obviously pre-think it. But I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. It's That's kind of like when, do you use Twitter at all?
No, I don't.
So on my Twitter page, a lot of what I post on this epilepsy site is on my Twitter. And I'm literally sat, phone in hand, or laptop in front of me, and or a piece of paper in my pocket. And if I'm just walking, I'll be thinking of, I'll have headphones in, and just literally thinking about what sounds good. And then literally sometimes I'll either stop and I'll quickly tweet. And it's like, I just want it to get to the point of where I can be stood in front of people, and
Mhm.
people actually know who I am and the difference that I've made. To me, that is my goal. A couple of people have said, "Oh no, you're only in it for the money," and I
Well, that's a good goal.
and I said, to be honest, what I would class as money is somebody's life, somebody feeling like they have a voice and being able to talk and kind of put a smile on someone's face. That's worth everything,
Mhm.
because it's I a couple of people that I do know with epilepsy. I'm not that close with them. I just met them before at college, and I they knew a little bit about it, and
Mhm.
they had it, but they said they found it really, really scary, because they thought their friends started treating them different, taking the mick out of them, bullying them, and they actually didn't come to college for about three weeks, because they were terrified, because people were just bullying them, calling. I hate the word, so I hope you don't mind. They kept calling her a stupid little retard and picking on her.
Mhm.
I hate the word retard. I find it a disgusting word. But
Yeah, I don't like that word. My sisters would call me it when I was younger.
Yeah, so apologies if I did offend you. But I used to have, when I was doing my theory coursework, I had someone, obviously we have 1p, 2p, we have different coins, but a coin about that big, someone kept throwing them, trying to hit me in the head. And I kind of, I got up and I'm quite ashamed by it, but I think it was more a split reaction. I grabbed him around the throat and shoved him up against the wall, and I I don't like admitting it, but I
Hmm.
think it's more I just snapped because I've said to my teacher, I was like, ah, I say throwing coins at me head. I'm like, can you get him to stop it? And he just didn't do anything. So I was like, oh, I've had enough of this. I'm here
Are you
to
in that Kepra?
yeah, I've not even got the list on. It's that leather Trissa. I can't think of actually. Wait.
Well, that Kepra, I've noticed, it causes a lot of anger issues, like aggressive.
Yeah, I've just got because I have it blister packed. I got 100 milligram of that lamotrigine, a 200 milligram of lamotrigine, 1,000 milligram of that levotrissa,
Mm-hmm.
that one, and then
That's Kepra.
a 500 milligram of it, and then I take a 10 milligram of clobazam at night.
Mm.
But I've said that to my dad. I'm like, I've I don't know if you've ever had the same experience, but you can I would describe it as like a small form of like bipolar because you can go
Yeah.
from perfectly calm next minute
Yep.
next minute gonna go and kill someone.
Yep. That's what bipolar is. But I would talk to your doctor about the Kepra.
Yes, what this neurology appointment on the 20th, yeah, 22nd. That's he rung up because obviously they weren't doing face to face ones, and I explained to him I explained about that I could just lash out at someone, never physically, just verbally. I said
Mm-hmm.
it's literally just, and he explained the exact same thing as what you have. The medication can cause like a mood swing sort of thing, and
Yep.
that's kind of why I know it's never been physical, which I'm really glad about. But a couple of times, if I'm ever in a bit of a crappy mood, I'm honestly terrified of even going to see my girlfriend because I shouted at her once and it knocked me sick.
Oh, wow.
And I felt so bad to the point of spent what would be equivalent to about $30 in America. I think I literally just spent that and just bought her a big load of flowers, went round her house and apologised. I only shouted at her for about 2 or 3 seconds. I felt so bad, and it
Right.
upset me because I've never raised my voice at a woman in my life, never told her.
Wow.
But it's one of those sort of things that I can't use it as an excuse that it's the medication, but I can't say it's nothing to do with it. But this,
Yeah, but I would talk to your or your doctor about that.
I think the dog in the background, I think he or she agrees.
Yeah.
What type of dog do you have?
He's a mixed breed. He's German Shepherd and some other breed.
I like German Shepherds because they're well known as the seizure alert dogs, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And I looked into applying for one, and they told me in the equivalent to dollars, it'll cost 25. It cost $25,000 in total to train it. I like the wolf thing on your wall. That looks cool. so my sister who passed away, she was obsessed with Twilight. So literally everything, with bloody dream catchers, wolves, everything.
Wow.
She was like a friggin' lunatic. It was unreal.
Mhm.
If you had nothing to do with Twilight, she wouldn't talk to you. Oh, hello, Dobby. What's his name?
Name's Baby.
I used to, I used to have a Labradoodle, and we called that Bella, obviously from Twilight.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe you disagree.
Anyway, the epilepsy can be kind of hard on people, but like I said, I think a lot of us go through that, and you just have to like talk to like another person or try to figure out what else is going on with you.
Yeah,
Do you
that's.
have a counselor?
Say again.
Do you have a counselor?
No, I don't have one anymore.
Hmm.
I used to because of kind of like we just thought my mum and dad at first just thought it was just an incredibly short temper, but
Oh wow.
once they learned that it was to do with meds, it kind of the only reason I had a counsellor originally was when I lost my little sister, and
Oh.
that happened for about 2 years, and then I kind of I don't want to go to it anymore because I'm not really someone who opens up. But that's kind of where I think doing these Zoom meetings and on my site and on everything I'm doing, that is kind of my way of venting.
That's good.
Because there's people kind of like you, for example, because obviously I'm talking to you. It's kind of you've kind of got the same understanding and you understand the stuff that I've been through, gone through, and experiencing.
Right.
But it's quite difficult to talk to people who have no idea on that
Mhm.
side of things because, as I say, nobody in my family has epilepsy at all. It's just me.
Yep. Same here.
Because people say, oh, you can inherit it from family and stuff, but I've spoke to grandma, granddad, everybody.
It
Oh,
skipped generations. Epilepsy.
yes, I think that's the thing of, fortunately, because my brother he's 25, but he moved to Sheffield 5 years ago now. He went to university, he's studying photography like my dad, who's a photographer as well. And
Oh, that's
I know because originally I was using my webcam, I was using my Nikon, but kind of it wasn't working. And,
wow.
and I kind of he's actually now surprisingly he went to university for 4 years studying photography, was working on weekends, works in nightclubs doing photography, but by day he's a primary school teacher.
Mhm. Well, if you look at my page on the My Epilepsy profile thing, it says, "Do not let epilepsy control you. Just be positive."
Yeah, I'm on it now. Oh, hello, doggy. Just
And then there's a couple charts on there that says how to cope with depression and stuff.
the latest update I can see of yours is the my day went really good. That's,
Mhm.
that's the latest one I can see. So from reading that, you drive then.
Yep.
See, I've been told once I have this operation that
Mhm.
they reckon once they said you need to go back and check all the voltage and all that sort of stuff, and I can
Mhm.
get back to work. They've said that I'll be able to drive, and to me getting back to work as a chef and being able to drive and being able to do this, to me, those are the only things that are important to me. Because, say, I don't know much of America, but say I lived where you did, and there's somewhere that wanted to, and someone wanted to do a talk 2 hours away. It's either get a train or you now drive. It makes it so much easier.
Well, make it a goal. Make it a goal, because like 6 years ago, I made it a goal to get my license and a car. And I completed my goals, so you have to make another goal.
Yes.
So when you make a goal, just save up money, get a car, and get your license. The VNS, I think you have to wait like a year or so to make your brain is working to where you can drive.
Yeah, to get back to work, he said when I was on the phone to him, the neurologist, he said, yeah, once you've had it done, you might have to wait 1 to 6 months before getting back to work. And he actually said pretty much the same thing. You might have to wait 8 to 12 months before driving. I actually own a car.
Right.
I have one, and so I do have a car, but it's just I've saved up a hell of a lot of money got enough for driving lessons and all that. It's just now I've got that's step one to completing my goal, if you can understand me what I say. That's kind of now step one, I've got it, just connect the dots now. But it's the kind of that's
Step two.
Go on, sorry, as you were saying.
I said do step two. You already did step one. Now do step two.
Yes. It's what I'm concentrating now. Just because I'm just thought about it more because it's in front of me. Has the doctor ever mentioned anything to you about, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Caffeine intake. Have they ever mentioned that?
Caffeine?
Yeah.
No.
Because that's what they said that they said that my cause of one of mine, or could possibly, which gets obviously where I said, like, I get really excited and end up having the mild ones, the absences, is because my blood sugar's too high.
Well, maybe if you drink a lot of caffeine, like if you're a caffeine alcoholic, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped drinking it now. The only time I drink it, I've got a bottle now with me, and that's it.
Yeah.
The only time I'll have one is, which my mum and dad suggested, if I ever feel like lightheaded or anything, get a sugary drink down you.
Yeah, because your sugar might be low.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't drink it any other time because I used to. I'll be honest, I used to drink it quite a lot, and I'd be able to stay up till. I'd be up till 2, 3 in the morning without even just feeling like I am now. And I'm like, nah, this needs to stop now because lack of sleep can cause them. I know from research. So I'm like, if I'm only going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and then being up at 7:30, 8, your brain's not recharged.
Yep, lack of sleep can cause them.
Yeah, that's why I'll go to bed on an average of midnight, 12:30. That's kind of an average. Sometimes
Oh,
it'll sometimes it'll go to about 1:45.
mm-hmm.
It all depends on if I'm working on my site or whatever, but I'll never overdo it because I'm like, yeah, lack of sleep, you've not recharged, and then
Right.
as soon as you get up and you're moving around, your brain's trying to overload, and that's when I've noticed I've had more of them because your brain is trying to catch up with you.
Right.
You're still half asleep.
Yeah. Do you have them in your sleep?
I've had a couple of like panic attack ones where,
Yep, that's the same with me too. That's what I have.
yeah, one of them, actually where I'm sat now on my chair, I actually woke up on the floor. I'd fallen off my bed completely, and next minute my dad's like, I kind of zoned back in, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing on the floor? And my dad's like,
Right.
take it easy, get up slowly, don't move.
So you panicked because you fell off the floor or fell onto the floor.
It was actually while I was asleep, because when I kind of zoned back in, my heart was going like the clappers.
Oh, wow.
I think I've actually had a panic one in my sleep, and then woke up heart like someone was like I've just run 10 miles.
Yeah, panic attacks can feel like that.
Yeah, they're, I'd say they're scary, but the thing is though, as soon as I go back to sleep, I wake up and I won't even have a clue that it's happened.
Right.
Someone would inform me, oh yeah, my dad would be like, are you feeling? And I'm like,
So what are you thankful for?
the fact, the fact that I'm in one piece, that's all I care about. The fact of having epilepsy, I'm quite glad,
Yeah.
because,
Well, aren't you thankful for your living with your parents?
oh, definitely, because of, if it wasn't, I was about to say, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here, but that's a fact. Um, they,
That's what I say to my mom too.
yeah, it's one of those that I'm really glad that I still live at home, because my dad's up late because he owns a few business. He owns about 5 or 6 businesses, and he's setting more.
Hmm.
It's like he's always heard, and if I've fallen and hit the floor, he'll be,
Hmm.
he'll be in my room within seconds. He doesn't care what he's doing.
Oh, well.
But I this,
Well,
this
I'm gonna
one,
have to let you go here pretty soon. I gotta go to the courthouse.
what have you done?
Nothing. But I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah, well, on the site, I'll post of when I'm gonna organise another one. If you know anybody who wants to join it as well, and
Okay.
you next time if you do have a webcam, because these automatically record since I'm hosting them, you don't mind this going up on YouTube, do you? Just to get people involved.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay with that? Because I think I'd rather get your permission first.
No, I don't like my face on YouTube.
Well, if you ever have it, if I say next one we go on, you're like this where it's just audio, you're fine with
Okay.
you being on it.
Yep.
So you okay with me posting this one?
No,
The
I
next,
don't like it on YouTube.
it's to my podcast, it's to my YouTube channel about my channel.
Oh.
It's not just doing it for the sake of it. The YouTube channel's called My Epilepsy Journey, and it's involved.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't mind me uploading it, then that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's 25 to 10 at night here. So,
Okay, well, you get some sleep and I gotta go.
yeah, I'll post on the site of when I'm next on. So,
Okay.
nice talking to you. Been good.
Nice talking to you too.
I'll see you later.
I hope I helped you.
Oh, yeah, you definitely did.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.